Today, we're going to start down the end of our mat. So have that mat all the way there in front of you. Let's have our feet and knees hip width apart. Spread your toes nice and wide. Soften the backs of those knees slightly so those knees aren't locked out. And let's bring your pelvis into its neutral position. So for me, I tend to tip forward, so I have a little bit of an arch in my lower back. So I have to tip down. You may have to go the other way, depending. But we don't want to be spilling any water out the pelvis. Belly button in. Scoop up that lower tummy. Keep those ribs in and down. And then shoulders. Let's pull them up towards the ears. Round them back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And let's draw those shoulder blades down into our back. Let's lengthen up with that head and draw the chin in. And really try to gain some space between your ears and your shoulders. Good. Keep that core engaged. Let's breathe in and out. And again, breathing in and out. One more for me, breathing in and out. Okay, our first exercise is a little bit bouncy. Let's see how we go. Knees soft, weight into your left foot. Let's pull that right leg up. If we can, knee in line with hip, but if not, a little lower if you have to. Extend the leg out and flex. Step forwards for me, take the weight onto that leg, lift those arms up, take that leg behind you. Keep your hips forwards and down and squeeze that left glute for me. Step down for me, hold the core and lift that leg back up. Bend the knee and place that foot down. How did we do? Let's try the other leg. So again, get your posture right. Weight into the right leg now. Lift that left leg up. Extend, flex. Step onto that leg, shift your weight forwards. Lift your right leg up behind you. Think about those hips facing forwards. Don't twist through the hips. Reach away with those arms. Step back, lift that leg up. Woo-hoo. Keep your balance, don't wobble. Bend the knee and place it down. Let's add some arms to that. So again, equal posture. Weight into the left foot. Lift the arm up for me. Extend, flex. Step forward. Shift that weight forwards. And lift and hold. Breathe. Good. Stepping back. Now leave the foot there. Big circle for me. Now lift that foot up. Gives you time to have a little bit of balance. Lift the arm up, bend the knee, and place it down. Other leg, shift the weight, lift the knee up. Extend, flex. Stepping forwards, pushing out. Extend that leg, extend the arms. Make sure you don't twist that hip out to the side. Coming down, leave the hands here, leave the leg there. Big circle, lift that leg up. Higher, higher, higher. Bend the knee and take it down. Have a walk. How did you do? Okay, let's take your right leg, cross it over your left leg. Knees are soft. Tuck your chin. Now, you're going to move, shift right to left with the ankles, okay? That's fine. This works on the proprioception of those small muscles in the ankles. So round the spine, chin down, round into the upper back, and let's slowly articulate down through that spine. Go as low as you can go. If you can't come to the floor, then maybe just hold the back of the back calf. Just to give yourself some stability. Relax the head if you can. Now straighten both legs. Push your bottom up towards the ceiling for me. Lovely. Soften the knees. Breath in, belly button to spine, and round up. And again, you're going to get a little bit of shift through the ankles. That's fine. Draw your tailbone underneath you. And stack that spine all the way up. Place the shoulders into your back and lift your head. Unravel those legs. Let's go the other way. Left over right. Soft knees. Tuck the chin. Round the spine and let's articulate down. And again, it's fine. You're going to get movement in the lower leg. Allow that to happen. That's what's balancing you.
all the way down to the floor, as low as you can go. And if you can, straighten the backs of those legs. That lovely extension. As your legs are crossed, it's a little bit more down the side of the leg. Good, and soften those knees. Brace that core a little deeper as you roll up. Still think about drawing that tailbone down though. Don't let that bottom stay sticking out. Pull it underneath you and then gently uncurl. Place the shoulders, uncurl head and neck, and then have a little roll and uncurl those legs. Lovely. So parallel feet for me, knees soft touching. A little bit faster around the spine, coming down to the mat, and then walking yourself down and forwards. Coming down onto your forearms, making sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders, and drop your knees a bit deeper behind those hips. Tuck your toes under for me. We're going to come up into a plank and hold. Now this is the easier option, believe it or not. If you can, we're going to do a hip dip. We're going to drop the right hip down and then come up, and then drop the left hip down and then come up. You may have to just adjust the feet. If you can't do this, if this is too much for you, then just stay in plank and breathe. Good, couple more. Drop the hip down and drop the hip down. Good. Drop the hip down. Two more for me. Drop the hip down. Last one. Drop the hip down and hold. Lengthen. Knees down for me. Unravel the feet. Drop the hips. And imagine you're pulling your chest forwards. Looking forwards and pull that chest forwards. Lovely. And then relax. Let's come down. I'm just going to shimmy down my mat a bit. Elbows out to the side. One hand on top of the other for me. Bring the feet together. So just rest the head. Brace the core and lengthen both legs so your feet are off the floor. We're going to go clap, clap, wide. Clap, clap, wide. And again, clap, clap, wide. Keep those abdominals engaged. Pulling up through the back of the legs and into the glutes. And again. So this shouldn't hurt your lower back. Not if you're using your core and your glutes correctly. And clap, clap, wide. Clap, clap, wide. Two more for me. Last one. Then come in together, lengthen and squeeze, and lower the legs down. Float the head up. Leave those elbows on the floor. Try to lift your chest forwards, looking forwards for me. Lovely. And then come all the way down. So we're going to do our clap, clap wide again, but this time we're going to float the arms and your head just off the floor. So legs, lengthen, head, float, ready. Clap, clap wide. Clap, clap wide. Clap, clap wide. Hold that core. Breathe. So I breathe in as I clap, breathe out as I go wide. If you want to do it the other way around, that's fine. Two more. Press those legs in together and then lower yourself down. Lift your upper body. Imagine you're lifting your chest forwards. Lengthen, keep the legs together though. Good. And then slowly float down. So this time you're going to be floating head and arms, but as we go wide, you're going to bring the elbows in towards the ribs. Make sure they're not up here. Elbows down, shoulder blades down. Then as we clap, we're going to come back. Now obviously this is a variation. If it's too much for you and you're feeling it in your back, you can just go into float, or you can have your upper body on the floor if you feel you need to. Okay, so legs together. Brace the core, lengthen the legs away. Good, float the upper body. We start with a clap. Clap, clap, wide. Clap, clap, squeeze the elbows in. Maybe a bit slower the repetitions because of our arm movement. Squeeze.
clap, clap, squeeze, clap, clap, squeeze. Good. Clap, clap, squeeze. Two more. Good. Come in. Lower down and rest. Lift your chest forwards. Good. Lengthen up for me. Feet together. And then relax all the way down. Lovely. Okay, let's bend those legs up. Feet stay together. Now let's walk the knees wide in your triangle. And now let's take our hands onto the outside of the mat. Elbow roughly in line with your shoulder. And then just going to look down at the mat. So you're going to use, let's go with arm that's closest to me. So if you're the same way round as me, this would be your right arm, pushing into the floor, lifting your right knee, keeping your chest down though, rotate as much as you can. So notice I'm keeping my shoulders pretty much where they are. My arm stays on the floor and I'm rotating through my lower and mid-thoracic spine, and then I'm rotating back. Let's try the other side. Use the hand to push, rotate, but you're not coming up here. The elbow stays down. You try to keep your chest pretty much facing down and then rotate back. Slowly. And again, push off. Rotate. Shoulders down. Good. And rotate back slowly. Push off. Good, keep that going. Don't let the knees come together. Keep the knees wide and slowly come down. Couple more. So stretching that knee up towards the ceiling for me. Try to keep your chest facing the floor. Good, last one. And push off. Rotate. Lovely. And then all the way down. Lovely. Relax those legs. Bring the hands underneath the front of your shoulders. Gently press up. And let's do a nice little stretch back into child's pose. Feel that lovely stretch into the lower back. Nice big deep breath in there as well. Lovely, and then slowly uncurl. Okay, let's come into the middle of our mat now. Just move that out of the way slightly. So you can do this either hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, or for those of you who are not great on your wrists, you can also do this on your elbows. It's absolutely fine either way, okay? I'm going to come up here. I may come down to my wrist if my wrist doesn't like it. So shoulder blades into your back, nice flat back. And similarly here, what we want to avoid is scrunching through the shoulder blades. The shoulder blades are down. And although your spine's on the diagonal, you still want it to be nice and long. We're going to do alternate legs with this exercise. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Brace your core. Slide your right leg away long. Now, without changing your spine, without changing your shoulder girdle, slide that leg round. I just keep my big toe on the floor. Slide that leg round as far as you can, around to the right, like a semicircle. And then you slide that leg all the way back, and then you slide it in. Yeah, have you got that? Move that one away. Okay, let's try the other leg. So left leg, slide it away. Hips facing the floor, slide it round. Now what you don't want to happen is this happening through the shoulders. So keep the shoulders where they usually are. And then slide that all the way round. And then bring that leg in. Let's try that again. Take it away. Now brace the core, brace the shoulders. Bring it round as far as it can go. Slide it all the way back. And slide it in. And then again, left leg, push it away, straight leg. Slide it round as far as it will go. Slide it all the way back. And then slide it in. Now we're going to add a variation. Right leg slide away. Let's bring it round as far as it will go. Now, push the bottom back, flex that right foot, and pull your bottom back to your left heel.
So you can see my right leg is extended, toe is up, and I'm reaching forwards. Now, this is not great if this knee doesn't like it. So there you may have to be a little bit more upright. And if you are, make sure your back is flat. If you're rounded, you won't feel the hamstrings stretch. If you've got a flat back and your shoulders are down, you will. But if your knee allows you, you can also pull back. Good. And then slowly roll up, slide that leg all the way back and slide it in. One more on the left, take it out, all the way around as far as it will go, flex the foot and pull back. So either pull all the way back to your right heel, or if the knee doesn't allow, stay up, but flatten that spine. Drop the chest, and then you will feel that stretch in your hamstring. Good, and maybe even rounding to the inside thigh as well, depending on how tight you are on your hips. Lovely, fantastic. Good, and then coming all the way up, slide that leg all the way back, and then all the way in. Let's have a stretch back into child's pose. Good. Okay, our last one in this position, again, either on your hands or your elbows. So you don't need, if your wrists are saying, no, I've had enough of being here, please come down onto your elbows. We're going to take your right foot and we're going to lift just the foot in the air. The knee stays on the floor. And in fact, we pivot on that knee. So move that right foot across to the left, look over your shoulder. So we are kind of concertinaing into the waist here on that left side. And then out. Now open it all the way out to the right. Look over your right shoulder and see your heel and your foot. So around to the left, see your toes. Around to the right, see your heel. And what's going to happen is your bottom is going to go side to side. Keep the shoulders stable. I'll show you here as well. The view may be a little bit different, but it's essentially the same exercise. We're working into those oblique muscles while stabilizing the shoulder girdle. Good, one more on that right foot. Good, it's a lovely movement through that spine, and place that down. Lift the left foot, same again, over to the right, look over the shoulder, out to the left, look over the shoulder. So we're getting this really nice lateral movement of the lumbar and thoracic spine. Good. Now try not to move the shoulders or dip through the arms. The shoulders are staying pretty stable. Arms are staying the same length if you're up on your hands. That's nice. Good, two more. And then release. Have a stretch back, guys. Well done. Keep that stretch on for me. Lovely. And then slowly come up. So let's come down onto our side. So we're going to have our legs to the right, body to the left. And let's come all the way down onto our side. Rest your head on your arm. Make sure your hips are stacked, your feet are in line with your spine. And your shoulders are nice and stacked as well. Place the hand here. So we're going to start with a basic movement, and then I'm just going to add a couple of little tiny variations just to change the accent of the exercise, okay? And also to get other stabilizing muscles working, ones that you may not have really have thought of. So we're going to point the toe, 2 pulses up, flex down. You just go as far as you can. So we go 1, 2, flex down. Point, point, flex down. Point, point, flex down. Lovely. Point, point. Now, as you come up and point and pulse, press the lower leg down into the mat. So I'm going press, flex down. Press, flex down. So I'm just thinking about pushing that leg a little bit more down into the mat, especially as the leg comes up. So I'm anchoring that leg. Good, one more. Good, flex down. Just hold it there for a second. As we flex down, I want you to start to try to lift this waist off of the floor. Now, clearly, when we're in this position, the waist is down. It's very hard to lift. But as you flex down, I want the waist to float up. So when we're ready, pulse, push the bottom leg down, float the waist. Push the bottom leg down, float the waist. Point pulse and flex. Lower leg down, float the waist. Have you got it? It's a lot going on. And float the waist. Lovely. Good. 2 more. Lift. Last one. Lift and rest. Soften those knees. A lot for the brain there, I feel, as well. Okay, so bottom leg long, top knee over. Just going to move back on my mat a little bit, so I've got the mat underneath my knee. Now, if your knee doesn't like this so much, quickly grab a cushion off your sofa and pop that just there underneath the knee, just to give it a little bit of support. Make sure your bottom leg is in alignment with your spine. Lift that leg up. Let's do 4 circles forwards, big as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 circles backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just repeat 4 circles forwards. Really focusing on that upward lift, and then 4 circles backwards. You'll notice that your oblique muscles will work. Good. And then again, 4 circles forwards. If any of you are getting any discomfort over this hip, that tells me that your back is a little bit on the tight side, that lower back. 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. Squeeze. Good. And then the other way. Squeeze. Really lengthen that leg away. Good. Last one in each direction. Good. And again. Good. Last one. And relax it down. Bring that top leg here on top, and then just fold those feet back towards the back of your mat. Okay, so we're going to bring this elbow of the top arm and this top knee together. We're going to have the top of the arm parallel to the ceiling, the side of the leg parallel to ceiling, and then we're going to do 2 diagonal stretches. So let's lift that leg up in line with your hip. Elbow here, nice little right angle bend at the elbow. Bring elbow and knee together. Now push your leg backwards, roll your chest forwards and reach, reach, reach. So you get this lovely stretch going out over the hip and then come in, elbow to knee. Now we're going to roll through the chest, bring the head to the floor, extend the leg forwards and reach out away on that diagonal with the arm. Then we're going to brace the core, draw the ribs in, roll back to that elbow to knee, and then push behind you, roll the chest forwards and reach, reach, reach. Then come back into that elbow to knee, roll the chest out, head on the floor, extend the leg and reach. Good. And then ribs down, curl up. So use the abdominal muscles as you come up, and then turn the chest, reach away. Good. And then again, elbow to knee. So don't worry about the hip here as you roll backwards. Get yourself on the floor if you can. Then reach the leg forwards and away. So this hip is going to be rotated back slightly, and that's absolutely fine. You're going to use the core muscles, ribs down, engage the core as we come over, so you don't use the back. Roll the chest forwards and reach away. Good, last couple, coming in and then open and then reach. Good. And then abs engage as we come up to center, 1 more of each. Pushing away, roll the chest forwards and reach. And then coming in, last one, rolling back, head on the floor, and reach. Lovely. Engage those abdominals and come up. Grab hold of that foot, lengthen the bottom leg. Push the hips forwards for me and let's have a little stretch into that quad. Lovely, well done, really nice. Good. And then release. Okay, so from here, we're going to roll onto our backs. So come onto your backs for me. Pop a cushion underneath your head if you feel you need it. Let's have your feet hip width apart. Let's get your pelvis into neutral with your hip bones facing the ceiling. Get your shoulders comfortable, get your head comfortable. You should be looking diagonally out rather than straight up, because this tells me your neck flexors are being shortened. So actually we should be in this position here, looking out diagonally. Okay, so belly button to spine, engage and squeeze up those lower tummy muscles. Let's keep the ribs down. Let's take both legs up into the air, 1 and 2. Now, if you struggle in this position, you can have a little bend of the knee. That is fine. However, I need this knee to be over the hip. This is not good for your back. You've got to bring this in. If you can lengthen fully, then that's lovely. Hands by your side for now. Draw the legs in and outward circles, not too big. So your right leg is going clockwise and your left leg is going anti-clockwise. And you're really pulling up through the abdominals and circle and circle. Good. Lift those arms up, root the shoulders. Imagine you're a puppet on a string. We are going to circle the arms exactly the same as the leg. Okay, imagine the leg and the arm are actually attached. And circle, use that core. Good, breathe. Circle and circle. Good, hold. Let's go the other way. Circle and circle. Good. I know this is hard for a lot of you in this position, so if you need to, do 3 or 4 circles and then stop, hug the knees down, and then go back and do 3 or 4 more. If you can't maintain, that's absolutely fine. Good, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, hold, and then hug those knees in and rest. Have a little march in those knees. Lovely. We are going to go back into that same position for our next exercise. So legs up, arms up, root the shoulders. So opposite arm, opposite leg, right leg, left arm, take it away. Now stretch this left leg up to the ceiling and squeeze the other leg back. And then again, take it away. And if you're in this position here, that's fine. If you can, try to lengthen it and squeeze up. And again, drop it away. Now you can just go to here if you want to, or you can go all the way down, but keep your back in the same position. Don't let it arch and squeeze it back. And again, opposite arm, opposite leg, take it away, hold, and squeeze it back. 2 more if you can. Opposite arm, opposite leg, stretch the other leg up to the ceiling and squeeze it back. Last one for me. And squeeze it back and hug those knees. Well done, guys. Well done. I know those aren't easy to do. They're not easy, but they are good. They're good. Okay, let's come into tabletop now. Feet together, knees slightly parted, arms out to the side for now. So just relax the shoulders. Now, we're going to pivot through the pelvis. We're going to keep the shins parallel to the ceiling. Imagine you've got a tray of drinks on there and you don't want to spill any. We are going to circle the feet round to the right, pulling up through the waist on that right side and moving our pelvis around. And then we come back to center. Then we do the same on the left. We push round. So I'm pushing that right hip away, pulling up to the muscles on the left side of my waist. And then back to center, but I'm trying not to spill my drinks on my shins. So around to the right, pulling up through the right side of the waist, just try to keep the shoulders neutral. And then center.
and then over to the left. Good, now this might be enough for you, but if you can, lace the fingers together behind the head, float the head just off, and as you circle to the right, you're going to move the upper body to bring that right elbow to point towards those feet as they circle round and then come to centre. So you just make that work in that waist that little bit more, because you're really pulling lower and upper waist towards one another and back. But if this is too much for you, then leave your head down and just focus on the legs and centre. Use that core. So around to the side, keep parallel, we're not crossing over, and centre. And then around to the side, slowly pivoting through those hips. Good, let's do one more each side, shall we? Just for laughs. Round we go. And centre. And final one for me. Around we go. And centre. Relax the head, hug those knees in. Well done. Can you feel it also on your quads? Yeah. Good, lovely. Okay, let's bring those feet down for a second. Just give the legs a bit of a shimmy. I just want to do a little bit of a balancing exercise for the SI, so sacroiliac joints. I'm going to go into this a little bit more in my workshop, but I think it would be quite nice just to give you a little bit of a taste of that. We've done similar kind of things in the studio classes. So let's have our pelvis in neutral, brace the core, shoulder blades into the back. This is great for everybody, even if you don't have any SI issues. It's a really good exercise to do to keep that pelvis nicely balanced. Bring your right leg for me up into tabletop and just place that hand there on that thigh, right hand on your right thigh. So you're going to start by pushing the leg into the hand for a count of 6. And you're going to resist it here, okay? So brace the core, remember to breathe in. And as you breathe out, push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let go. Now, grab the hand behind the thigh. Now you're pushing your thigh forwards, and you're going to use the arm muscles to resist that. And off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and release. Do that one more time here. Push in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. Grab hold. Push away. Resist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest. Place it down. Other leg. Pick it up. Hand here. Ready to push in. Brace that core. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, release. Grab hold the back of the leg and push into the hand and resist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, relax. And again, hand here, push it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, relax. Hand behind, push into the hand, resist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. Take it down. Okay, now the hard bit. One leg into table, one leg into tabletop. So right hand here, left hand behind. So you're going to push this leg into this hand. At the same time, you're going to push that leg forwards into this hand. I get one going and then I have the other leg in because my brain can't cope with it otherwise. So I push and I push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, relax. Swap over. Ready? Push and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, relax. Change over. Push, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, relax. Last one. Change over. Push, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. Hug those knees in. Gently rock from side to side. So that's a little bit of a tension exercise, working through the pelvis and specifically focusing on your sacroiliac joints. It's a nice exercise, actually.
Good. Okay, so you can either turn onto your side and bring yourself up or hold the backs of the legs, push both legs into the hands and roll yourself up, extend your legs and maybe have a little stretch forwards. Good. Fabulous. And then gently uncurl. Great stuff. Okay, so let's bring our feet and knees up to hip width apart. Let's hold the backs of those legs and grow nice and tall. A couple of C curves just to get our spine moving. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that tailbone under and roll into your nice C curve, but keep your chin up. So not too rounded here in the upper back. Keep the shoulder blades into your back. And then roll yourself forwards and lift up through the spine. And again, tuck that tailbone under, really pull into those lower abdominal muscles. Good, and then rolling forwards and up. And again, just get that spine moving, pull that tailbone under, and then roll yourself up. Let's have your hands forwards. Tuck the tailbone under to a position that you feel that you can hold. Now you're going to drive the knee in towards the shoulder, tapping the hands together underneath, and then you're going to place the leg back down. So pull in and back. Pull in. So you're not kicking the leg away, you're drawing the knee in towards the chest. So using your hip flexors, good, in and out, staying on the back of your pelvis, in and out. Good, keep it going, in and out, in and out, 4 more. Go on, pull it in. 2 more. Last one. And rest and roll up. Let those knees fall out to the side. Let's just reach forwards to your toes. But legs are nice and parted here. But just let that back relax and soften. Lovely, and then slowly let's uncurl. So let's bring our legs to the width here of our mat. Sit yourself up nice and tall and flex the feet. Nice little stretch one here. So we're going to slide the same hand, same arm down the inside of the same leg towards the heel. And as we do, we're going to rotate the chest away and we're going to reach the arm away. Make sure we're not like this. So it's going to be palm facing forwards. So let's go right hand first. I'll start here, hands together. Right hand comes to the inside of the right leg. It pushes away, we rotate the chest and we open the arm, palm facing forwards. Let's go a bit lower. And then come all the way up and place the hands together here. Now we go left hand down the inside of the left leg, rotate the chest, reach away. And then come all the way back and bring the hands together. And again, right hand down on the inside of the leg, turn the chest to the left, palm facing out for me, and then coming all the way up. And again, sliding down, rotate the chest, and then coming up, 2 more. Breathe out, sliding down, rotate the chest, and coming up. Last one, breathe out, sliding down, rotate the chest. And slowly coming up. Good, let's bring our feet into butterfly. Have them as close as is comfortable for me. Sitting up nice and tall. Now, if you turn towards me and just place your hand behind your hip, just so you can see what I'm doing. Place the opposite hand on the knee, so that's a knee facing knee. So I'm in this position here. I'm going to push up through my spine. And I'm almost going to push my hips forwards and open the knee. So I'm actually, can you see that? I'm pushing the hip forwards. Almost kind of slightly trying to arch the back a little bit. And then I release it away. I swap over. Hand behind, opposite hand on the knee. And then pushing up and forwards. Opening the knees, pushing the hips forwards. And down, and again, 1 more each side. Hand on the knee, facing me. Push up and push the hips forwards. Good. And then release.
And last one, take it round. Push up and push the hips forwards. And then release. Coming to centre, sit tall. If you need to move your feet a little bit further away in order for you to sit tall, that's absolutely fine. One hand on top of the other. Rotate towards me and push the opposite knee away. So for me, it's going to be my left hip. For you, it will be your right knee, sorry. Push it away. Careful not to do this or this. It's parallel, you're tall and you're rotated, and then release and come back. Now away from me, push the knee away. It's the opposite knee to the way you're rotating, and come back and stay tall. Doesn't matter if you can't rotate very far. Rotate and push, and then release. Rotate and push, and then release. Two more. Rotate and push, and then release. Last one for me, rotate and push, and then release. Come forwards, round the spine. Lovely, breathe. Fabulous, and then gently uncurl. So bring your legs to here, and just bring yourself forwards onto your mat. Now, this next exercise is a great exercise to do, but it doesn't suit everybody, so I'm going to give you variations. And then for those of you who are able, at the end, I'm going to give you a slightly harder variation just to see how you get on. So this is a rolling like a ball exercise. And if any of you have got any diagnosed issues with your spine, like osteoporosis or anything like that, then you don't want to be rolling, okay? So if you can't roll like a ball, you're going to roll down. Hold behind the knees, and I'm going to push the legs into the arms and just try to rock gently up onto the back of your pelvis. So this is your very easy option, or it isn't that easy actually, it's your easier option, but also for those who can't roll like a ball. For those of you who can, I'm going to start you here. Make sure you go onto the top of the shoulders, not onto the back of the neck. You're keeping nice and rounded. You're rolling and then up. And then you're rolling and then up. Try not to kick these legs too much to the ceiling because that's a little bit of a cheat. So keep these legs relatively in and keep the spine nice and round. Good. So little roll and back. You might work your way down the mat, but if not, do your little push the legs away and then just roll yourself down. For those of you who can, roll one more and then rest. For those of you who feel you can, it's going to turn towards you. Knees out, arms in. Don't you turn towards me, you can still do this. And you're going to hold your heels, all right? And then you're going to roll like a ball. So knees out, arms in, hold the heels. Now when you're ready, roll like a ball. It is quite a lot harder. You do have to stay round, because if you straighten that spine up, you won't get back up again. But this may be too hard for some of you. Have a little go. Good. Two more for me, guys. Last one. Ooh, just made it. And relax. If you're on the floor, stay there. If you're up here, have a little stretch maybe. Lovely. And then uncurl. Fantastic. So if you are laying down, we'll need to turn you onto your side and spin you round, because we're going to do our side lay, but on the other side. So we're all going to come down now onto this side. So hips stacked, shoulders stacked, look down, make sure your feet are in line with your spine, hand here. So we're just going to start with our double pulse and flex down. So we just get the hip moving, then we add the lower leg, then we add the waist lift. Okay, so when we're ready, point up, 1, 2, flex down. So I'm just really focusing now on just getting that hip warm and moving, making sure my core is firing up nicely, trying to keep my leg as straight as I can. Now I start to focus on that bottom leg. So as I point up and pulse, bottom leg presses into the floor. And as I do that, I notice I actually get a better lift in that top leg as I push the bottom leg down. That's good. And pulse, pulse, and flex. Push down with that bottom leg, release. And you won't release completely, but don't focus as we flex down. Then our waist. So push down with the lower leg and lift the waist. Push down with the lower leg and lift that waist. Good. Lift. It's a progressive lift. It gets higher the lower the leg goes. Good. Straight leg. Lift the waist. Lift the waist. Good. And again. Lift. Good. 2 more. Push that leg down as we pulse up. And rest. Ooh. Soften those knees for a second. Well done. Okay, bottom leg long. Top leg over. Again, use a cushion underneath the knee if that's not comfortable for your knee. Make sure your knee is roughly in line with your hip, bottom leg in line with your spine. Now watch these shoulders, because it's really easy then just to collapse forwards. And we don't want that to happen. We want to keep these shoulders nice and stacked. We lift that leg off. Let's go forwards first for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we go backwards for 4 again. Really squeezing up with that leg. So keep that going, 4 forwards, 4 backwards, big as you can. Focusing on that upward lift. So you're using those inside thighs nicely. Good, and again, squeeze, squeeze. Good. And then back. Good. So feel this waist working. And squeeze. Good. And back. Good. Couple more. And forwards. And back. Good. 1 more of each for me. Let's work those inside thighs. And last step back. Or forwards if that's your last step. And rest. Bring that leg on top and soften those feet backwards. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, let's get stretchy with this exercise. So we're going to float the hip or float the knee. We're going to have that arm, so the top of your arm is parallel to the ceiling. We're going to bring elbow to knee. We're going to push away, rotate the chest forwards and reach, 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 reach. Really lengthen that leg so you feel this great stretch in the front of your hip and then come in. And then we're going to go roll backwards through the chest and the head. Get the head on the floor. Then extend the leg forwards and reach away with that top arm. Now brace the core, ribs down as we roll back. And then again, push away, roll the chest forwards and reach, reach, reach. And then come back in. Roll the upper body back. And extend the leg, extend the arm and reach away. You then use the core, ribs down and kind of roll and curl. And then roll forwards and reach. And then back. Use the abdominals to control. Back and extend. Good, in and up. Rotate and push away and reach. Good, pull back in. Rotate back and extend. Last couple for me, abdominals as we curl, roll the chest and away. Last one in, roll back and extend. And abdominals roll up. Grab hold of that foot, extend the leg away. Rest the head down and push the hips forwards and get a lovely stretch on the front of your thigh. Brilliant, really good. And breathe. Good. And then release. Well done, guys. Let's roll you back onto your back for a second. So come here onto your back, feet and knees hip width apart. Just get those shoulders nice and released. Take your right leg up into the air. Let's hold the back of your thigh quite low down for me. So reach quite low down. Let's extend that leg up a little bit. And what I want you to do, we're going to do a little bit of, it's a little bit like PNS stretching. You're going to push the leg into your gripped hands for me, okay? Try to keep the leg as straight as you can. We're going to do that for a count of 6. And once we finish our count of 6, we're going to then bring that leg a little bit closer towards our body. So push your leg into your hands, push your arms are extended, push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, release and stretch towards you. Keep your bottom on the floor. Hold, leg straight, and then release off. Then push the leg away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, release. Pull the leg towards you, hold, and release the leg away. Do it again, push into your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, release and pull towards you and hold. Good. And then relax it away. Keep your legs straight and rotate that ankle for me. Whichever direction, I don't mind. Good, and then relax that leg down. Let's do it on the other leg. Take it up, hands behind, grip the hands. So you're going to push into these hands. So push away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax and pull the leg towards you. Keep it straight and hold. Good, and then release. And again, push into the hands away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax and pull towards you. Keep your bottom down though. Hold and release away. 1 more. Push into those hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax and pull towards you. And hold. And release away. Lengthen the leg and circle that ankle for me. Nice big circles. Good. And then relax that leg down. Okay, let's place our feet together and knees wide this time. Good, take your hands forward just on the inside of these thighs. You're going to push the legs up into the hands, but you're going to resist with your hands for a count of 6. And then you're going to sink deep to the floor as much as you can on our relax. You're not going to necessarily push down, you're just going to let that really relax out and see how far with the weight of your legs that you can push the knees to the floor. Okay, so hands here, brace the core for me, push up and resist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, relax. I'm going to push down a little bit as well. Good. And then relax those arms. And again, push up into the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax even deeper. Push down if you want to. And then relax those arms. And again, push up, resist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And relax. Good. And then relax those arms. Bring one leg up, bring the other leg up. Take your arms out to the side of the body, have your feet together,
Let's roll all the way to the right, stacking one leg on top of the other, and then push that hip away. I don't care if your shoulder comes off, that's fine. I really want you to push that hip diagonally out towards your knee and then roll back. Let's go to the left now, stacking right foot on left foot and push that hip away. So push it in the direction of the knee. Good. And then roll back. And again, over to the right, stacking left foot on right foot and push that knee away. And then rolling back. And last one. Over to the left, stacking right foot on left foot. Push that hip away, 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 away. And then gently rolling back. Okay, guys, let's turn onto your side and let's gently bring yourself up into a sitting position. Come and sit however you're most comfortable for me. Okay, so whether that's legs out in front of you or crossed legs, that's entirely up to you. Arms out to the side. Let's come over to an easy stretch on our side for me, elbow down, arm by your ear, pushing this left sit bone down into the floor for me. Lovely reach over to the right side, but stretching into your left clearly, and then coming up, let's go over to the other side. Over by the ear, and again, push that right hip down into the floor. Lovely. And away. Let's do it one more time. Let's go over to the right side. And then once you're here, turn your chest. Keep that sit bone down, turn the chest. Just to get round into our lats and down into your QL. Then turn back to face me and then come up. Over to your left side with your right sit bone down, stretch, and then turn that down, so you're dropping that shoulder, reaching out. Good. Again, a bit more lats and down into your quadrators, lumborum, another area we're looking at in the workshop, and then coming up and lift. Lovely, hold the front of your knees, or if your legs are long, then perhaps the back of your legs would be good. And then just push that chest forward, draw the shoulders back and down, and just look diagonally up for me. You really get that lovely stretch, open the front of that chest. Good, and then just round that spine. Draw your chin down. Breathe for the back of the lungs as you do that, come up. Let's just do that again. So chest forwards and open the front here. Really think about creating that length through your collarbones. Almost imagine I'm trying to pull my collarbones away from each other. And then release, and then round that spine, chin down. And in that rounded position, let's just rock our ears from shoulder to shoulder in that rounded position. That's nice. And then gently rolling up. Let's breathe in and out. And again, in and out. And in and out. And rest. Well done, guys. Give yourself a clap.